So, at this point, hopefully you've begun looking at some of the graphic novels potentially for you to select, and hopefully you're working your way into getting into comicsology and taking a look around. Um, One thing I want to bring to your attention, because it's become a kind of a common problem that I've encountered with students, is when we're deciding on your graphic novel, and because you're going to spend this entire course working on this, it's important you know what you're getting yourself into. Okay. So I put together this little thing here talking a little bit about preliminary research. Okay. And I noted here some things, there's a little thing, there's me talking to you guys and talking about this being a research based class. And so, talking about this, there's some initial front research you do to sort of figure out what it is or what graphic novel it is you want to select. And so, you'll see here I pose some questions. And I say here, and that process will start with your selection of a graphic novel and conduct your research and write your research paper. But sometimes people say, I don't know anything about graphic novels, which hopefully will alleviate that, particularly if you're doing the reading with McLeod and that stuff. That will hopefully help you get past some of that. I don't read graphic novels, and sometimes I have no idea where to start. And so you'll see here this lovely picture of me with many facial expressions. These are some things that people might express emotionally. And so, to take a step back, to sort of help us get into this, there's this idea of preliminary research. And I've got a little bit of a definition here. In its basic form, it is a kind of research is usually used to get an idea about a particular topic, to discover the amount of information that is available on the topic. And we're going to treat this slightly differently in that we are going to approach this idea to see what's out there regarding your graphic novel in this case rather than the topic. But also, it's a way for you to kind of get an idea of what the graphic novel is about before you make a final selection, so you know what's happening. And I get in here where I discuss a little bit of some of the stuff, and I even mention the graphic novel selection list. And so I talk about here, this is one of the reasons why these typically link out to Amazon. And the reason I have this, and I've used an example here at Flex Mental, is I can scroll down for most of these and find an editorial review. I can even find customer reviews and things of that nature. And these are all designed to be good starting points for you to figure out what's this graphic novel really about beyond simply the title, so you know what you're getting yourself into. Beyond even that, you may want to step outside and do a simple Google search on this, and even go so far as to perhaps look up and just type in review of blank graphic novel. See what else is out there. See what people have said. Get an impression of what you're getting yourself into. And then once you've done that, so I have your little step-by-step going back. This is, down the course material, but it's also up at the top, that graphic novel selection list. Go back to that list, and then from that, help you make a decision about what you want to pick. And so I've got a little bit further information here, but that's basically the rundown of this. Of course, you don't have to use one of the ones on my list, because the ones on my list are tied into the Comicsology app. But if you have the ability to go out and get, any way you want to get your hands on it, or if you want to go beyond what I have on the list, because unfortunately most of the list is superhero-related material, but there is a lot more out there, and there is some of it on the actual blog itself. And so I don't want to limit you, but I wanted to make sure that I at least gave you a leg up on the situation first. And so this is something you need to make sure that you do and accomplish, and that you've made that selection by Sunday night, May 26th, and you will post that. You need to do that sooner than May 26th, or at least make that decision as soon as possible, because you'll see next Friday is when the report 1 is due, and that's going to ask you to summarize and analyze your graphic novel. And the next video that you're going to see after this one will be talking about the assignment sheet for report 1 and what needs to happen, and that's going to require that you start reading the graphic novel, okay? If there are any questions or any concerns about this selection process, please contact me either via email or give me a call, and I'll be happy to talk you through the process if you need a little extra help.